Okay, my friends, we are ready to get started. So this class is going to be a no sit-ups core class, and we will be using a smallish ball, not small, but closer to medium. So this is just a ball that I got in the toy section from one of those big box stores. It's fairly firm, but these are the kind of balls that bounce really easy. So they have a fair amount of give to them. If you have a firmer ball, you can let a little air out of it just so that you have some squish to it, but also make sure it's strong enough that it's not going to pop when you put your pressure on it, put your weight on it. So this is going to be a fun one. It's also going to be challenging. If we're doing something that you just know isn't working for you, you'll skip that particular thing. Or if I do too many of them and you're like, okay, I'm losing my form, just stop and wait for our next thing that we're going to do. All right. So let's get started. Set the ball off to the side. Mine's gonna try to roll around, I think. And we'll just start out doing some warming up first. So come on to the floor. Constructive rest pose, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor, soles of the feet on the floor, arms out comfortably. And we're gonna do two good big sighs. First one, let your low back and your belly relax. Second one, let the shoulders relax towards the floor. Oftentimes we don't even realize they're kind of being held up. So let them sink down. And then finally, lengthen out the back of the neck out. All right, so just take a few nice big full inhales followed by a long, easy exhale. And as you're doing these big, slow breaths, check in with how everything feels today. So you're going to make sure that you're honoring where you are. You know what your body can do and what is safe or not safe for it to do. So you're just checking in, noticing, and then separate the knees if they were propping each other up, and we'll go into some easy windshield wiper twists. Inhale when you come through the middle and exhale as you go into your twist. And once you go into this next twist, stop, give yourself a sigh. And then back up through the middle, over to your other side and sigh once more. And then go ahead, just go side to side a few more times. All right. From there, bring yourself to the middle, give your knees a hug. If it's more comfortable, you can cross ankles and then either rock the legs side to side or circle knees going in the same direction. We're just giving the low back a little massage. If you have crossed ankles, you can switch it. And if you're doing circles, go the opposite direction now. All right, and then back to center. Let's open knees apart, circle them around, and bring them back together. Moving your hip joint. Reverse your knee circles. As you bring everything center, flex the feet, bring your hands to the backs of your thighs, pump the legs up and down towards the ceiling. As you're reaching the legs up, you want to flex your feet strongly and spread the toes out. All right, and then as you lengthen the legs up this next time, let's reach arms up too, and then point and flex feet as you move through your wrists, palms up, palms down. We will be doing some weight bearing on our hands, so we just want to release the wrists. And then rotate the ankles and wrists. Now you can always do what we're doing when we're bearing weight on our hands. You could also do it on your elbows instead. Rotate the other direction now. And then flex your feet, spread the toes out, give hands a little shake, and then bring your knees back in. Set your left foot down, cross your right ankle over left thigh. Give your right thigh a press open up by your hip crease just to open up right there in the hip flexor area. And then as you release that press, come into figure four. So you can keep the left foot down on the floor, or you can bring your left knee up, hands going around the back of your left thigh. Rock the legs side to side. And then go into that place that feels right for you. Right amount of stretch, hold it there. And relax that side. We'll do the other side. Left ankle to the right thigh. Press your left thigh open up by your hip crease. Release that. Right knee can come up, or you can keep your right foot on the floor as you rock the leg side to side. And then go into where you want to stop. Hold right there and breathe. As you set your right foot down, hug your left knee in, and then you might decide to go long with your right leg. Give yourself a sigh here. And when you're ready, switch, going to the other side and sigh again. And then go long with both legs. Stretch the arms over your head. On the inhale, full body stretch. On your exhale, relax into the floor. And then inhale, just stretch out through one side. And you're keeping the other side pretty relaxed on the floor. And then you'll relax and then switch to the other side. So you're just going to alternate back and forth between each side. Let it kind of flow naturally. And then when you come back, center this next time, stretch out through your whole body one more time. And exhale, relax down. Walking your feet to the floor. And then we're going to get going using the ball. So the first thing we're going to do is to place the ball under one leg that's long, and the other foot is going to stay on the floor, full of foot on the floor with your knee bent. All right, so we're working core, but we will actually be working lots of different muscles, not just your core. When we're engaging our core, I want you to do a big forceful exhale, blowing all of your air out. And as you blow all your air out, you'll feel the core draw in and knit together, creating that strong corset around your middle. That's what I want you to feel when we're doing these things, so that you're really engaging the core. Sometimes when people think of engaging, they kind of inhale and then push out with their belly, which is like called a dome. You don't want to do that. You want to draw in as you do that big forceful exhale. Okay. It will mean that you'll breathe a little bit higher in your ribs, but for the purpose of this class, you want that strong knitting in of your waist. All right, so take that big forceful exhale, maintain that engagement, but soften enough so that you're able to breathe. And then we're just going to push straight down to the floor with the back of your right leg, pushing down into the ball. And then you're going to relax. You're going to push down into the floor with the ball underneath your leg and let it go. Exhale, pushing it down. Is your core still tight? And release. Exhale, press down and release. I don't know about you, but I can feel my hammies working. Push down. And just hold it for a few breaths, release. We've got 3 more. Push down. Hopefully you're feeling your core engaged. Release. 2 more. Push down. Release and push down. And release. Good. Let's give that, the ball sticking to my leg. Ah, I lost it. All right, I'm gonna get my ball. While I'm getting my ball, hug the knee that you were just, of the leg you were just working up into your chest. And give yourself a sigh. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So take the ball underneath. I have it kind of low calf ankle area. All right, engage the core, draw that in, and then we'll push down, straight down into the ball, as if you're trying to squish it into the floor and relax. And push and let go. Push in, release, and you're trying not to recruit anything in your upper body. Push down. Also, the foot that's flat on the floor, see if you can keep that leg pretty relaxed. So all the action is happening on that extended leg, pushing down and release. We've got 4 more on this side, push down, let go, and push down. You might find that you have one side that feels a little stronger or a little more stable. Release, push down, and let go. Last one, pushing down and let go. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep the ball from rolling away on me again. And then you're gonna, the leg we're just working, give that knee a hug. All right. Okay, we're gonna go back to the first leg. And so we'll have the ball underneath your foot on the right foot. And then we're gonna lengthen the left leg up, okay? Arms are gonna be down on the floor. You can have your palms down, palms up, whatever you need to do this. Arms will give you a little stability. So we're gonna push down into the ball with our right foot and then lengthen the leg out. So the ball rolls up the leg. Once that leg is long, we're gonna do a little circle with the left leg. Good. And then slide the ball back into the foot, roll the leg long, circle the other leg. Good. Roll the foot in, roll it back out, and circle. And bring it in, lengthen the leg out, and circle. All right, we've got 4 more. Bring it in, roll it out. Now this time circle the other way, cross it over, open out, and bend, and straighten. So you're trying to push down into the ball with the leg and circle. Engaging the core so that your hips are staying fairly stable. They're not doing a lot of rocking when you're circling the leg. And then 1 more, bring it in, lengthen, oops, I'm losing my ball, lengthen it out, and big circle, good. Hug the knee in, let's bring the ball in so you can have a hold of it. Both knees into your chest, rock side to side. And then we're gonna do the other side. So I have background noise canceling on my mic, but this ball rolling around on my mat is pretty noisy. So if you're hearing that, I apologize. I'm hoping you're not. Okay, so now we're gonna lengthen up the right leg. Ball is under your left foot. Push down into the ball, lengthen out your left leg, circle the right leg around, and then bring your left foot back in. Go long, circle around. Knee bends, knee straightens, and circle. 1 more this direction, bend, straighten, and circle. Okay, same thing, but circle the opposite way. Foot in, foot out, cross it over, open it out. Leg in. Sorry, I've got to adjust my ball. Leg out, cross it over, and circle. 2 more here, in and out, and circle around. Last one, in and out, and circle around. Good. Bring that knee in. Let's bring the ball in too, just so it's close by. Give your legs a little hug, and we'll do some rocking. Okay, so now we're going to set the feet down on the floor and bring the ball underneath your hips. Okay. So we're going to start, I'm going to show you different options for this first thing, and then you can decide which one works best for you. So I'll start with the softest one and work up to more challenging, okay? So we're going to have the ball underneath your hips. Once you set your hips down, just notice if you need to shift it up or down a little bit on the back to find where your hips are feeling neutral and your low back is feeling pretty neutral. So you don't want to feel like you're overarching your low back, and you don't want to feel like you're rounding or tucking your tailbone. You want a neutral pelvis. And then we're going to get that engagement of our core with that big forceful exhale. Good. Now, first option is to just lift a leg and bring it back down and then switch. So right here, you have to use your core to be stable on this ball. So that's option one. Option two is to come up to a tabletop position with your shins. Now, what I often see is people just want to bend their knee more to get their toe to the floor. But I don't want you to bend your knee any more than this. So that knee is going to stay locked in this right angle square position, and then you'll dip one leg down, keeping the leg like one solid unit, and then you're just hinging from the hip. Okay. All right, so you decide which one you're going to do. We're going to do 16 total, so 8 on each side. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And lower and lift. Actually, let's pause. I'm going to give you a third option. The third option would be to reach the arms up, and as you lower one leg, you're going to reach the opposite arm overhead. Okay, now we'll start at 16. This one's our hardest one. Big inhale. Exhale, lower, inhale up. Now remember, if your feet are on the floor, then instead of lowering, you're going to be lifting the foot off the floor. I think that was 4. Exhale as you lower. 8. So we got 8 more to do. 8, 7, 6, 5. Navel in. Big forceful exhale if you need it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to stay here. If you have feet on the floor, you're going to find this lifted position. Come into tabletop with your shins. If you need to, you can skip the arm part and have your arms down by your side. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the leg and the arms out and then bring them back together. Exhale and inhale. Actually, let's reverse that breath. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you close. 3, 4. I'm moving all over the place. You might be 2. 5 in my body's attempt to stay balanced. 6, 7, 8. Let's reestablish our core. Big forceful exhale. Whoa, I'm rolling off. Okay. If you did that, find your center again, and we'll do 8 more. Breathe in. Got 4 more. 4, 3. I can't turn my head and stay balanced. 2, and 1. Good. Okay, let's give our knees a hug, cut tight into our chest. It'll cause the tailbone to lift a little bit. Just stretch the back out. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Okay. And then bring your feet to the floor. Let's slide the ball out from underneath us. Let's let the hips drop down. Take another breath here. Okay, so now we're going to take the ball in between the ankles. You're going to have to squeeze into the ball a little bit to keep keep the ball in place. All right. We're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. Little bend in the knees, and then low back pushes down. Take that big forceful exhale. So this is a place where I'll see people dome their stomach. So if you find you're doing that, come back to the starting point, do that big forceful exhale, anchor the low back down to reestablish your core. All right, and now we're just going to lower the ball just to where you can keep the low back down, bring it up, and then we're going to curl the tailbone up into a little reverse crunch. So you're going to lower down and then lift the hips up by engaging your lower abs. 3. We're only going to do 8 of these. 4, 5, 6. Actually, we'll do 7. We'll do 16 of them. I was just being 8. Okay, we've got 8 more. I was just being lazy. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Got 2 more. And last one. Good. All right. And then give your knees a hug. Let's bring the ball in and just rock side to side. Okay. Now we're going to move back to having your foot on the ball. So we're going to bring the ball underneath your right foot. Oh. We're going to come into a bridge. So we're going to push into the ball, into the floor. So both feet are pushing down. Reach your arms up. And then we're going to lengthen out the right leg as we reach the arms up. And then bend the knee as you reach the arms overhead. So we reach the arms overhead and then up towards the ceiling. So lengthen and bend. Good. We'll go 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to 8, 6, 7. Oh, I lost my ball. And 8. Good. And then we'll bring the arms down, push both feet down, take a breath in. Exhale, release down, knees to the chest, rock side to side. All right. We're going to the other side. So now the ball is going to be underneath your left foot, right foot on the ground. Press up into your bridge. It doesn't have to be very high. And we're going to reach the arms towards the sky. All right. So now you're going to continue pressing down into the floor with your right foot, ball with your left foot or leg. Lengthen out the left leg as you reach arms overhead. Bend the knee as you reach back up to the ceiling. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you roll back in. We got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the arms down, push both feet down into the floor or the block. Take a breath in, let it out, and release down. Grab the ball, knees to the chest. Let's rock side to side. I'm finding this challenging. I hope this is challenging, but within reason for all of you. Okay, now we're going to bring the ball up to so knees to the chest. Ball is on top of the knees, and then we're going to bring the elbows into the ball as well. So it's like you're trying to bring your knees and elbows together, but the ball is in between. So you're going to be squishing the ball. Now you can stay in this position. If it's comfortable, you could bring your head up and cradle it with your hand. If that doesn't work for you, just skip that part. All right, so you're going to push elbows and knees into the ball, and then we're going to exhale, lengthen your right leg out at an angle where the low back is down, navel is in and up, and bring it in. Exhale, other side. So we're alternating. Inhale it in. Exhale, lengthen the right leg. Inhale, bend it in. Switch to the left. And in. Right, left. Good. And keep going. Exhale. Breathe in. We've got 4 more on each side, so 8 total. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release down. After you've released down, just rock your head slowly side to side, especially if you had your head lifted. Okay, take a breath in. Let's sigh it out. And then let's just take a big stretch. Legs long, arms overhead. Maybe do another little side to side stretch here. Good. And then just relax to the side. Okay, good. So I said no sit-ups, but we are going to do a little thing. It kind of looks like a sit-up, but it's really meant to open up your chest. So you're going to bring the ball up kind of at the in between the shoulder blades, or just kind of at the very low end of your shoulder blades. Feet are going to be flat on the floor, knees bent, and your hands are going to be behind your head. So I want you to take your thumbs and grab the bottom ridge of the skull and pull it away from the shoulder. So you're forcing the back of your neck long by using your thumbs, okay? And then what I want us to do is we're going to let our chest lift without lifting the chin. So if you lift your chin, you've shortened the back of your neck again. So you want to keep the back of the neck long, and it's just pivoting over the ball as we open the front of the chest and then close it. And when you come back to that starting position, instead of thinking of pulling your head up, I want you to think of pulling the back of the neck long and then coming up by bringing the bottom ribs towards your pokey hip bones, okay? So here we go. Inhale, open the chest, keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, draw the bottom ribs towards your hip bones. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, draw it in. So this opening is so good for releasing tension in the upper back that might kind of lock us into kind of a rounded upper back position. 4. So we're going to do 16 here. Exhale. 5, 6, 7. Is the back of your neck still long? Pull the bottom ribs towards your hip bones. 8. So we got 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So it's like a little bit of a sit-up, but it's really more for rehabbing the upper back. 2 more. Up and up. Good. Now we're going to kind of try to find neutral. We're not crunched up and we're not opened out. We're just kind of neutral. And then we're going to go like a circle with our upper body. We're going to go 8 ways, 8 times one direction. That's about 4. Keep the back of the neck long. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. All right. And then we'll just roll to our side to bring ourselves off the ball and then press our way up. So now we're gonna do, we're gonna lean back on the ball again, but this is gonna be more in that low back. So you're gonna kind of push it into your hip and then lean back. So you want a fair amount of firmness for this part. And then you're just gonna let your feet be on the floor and you're just gonna lean back. So give yourself that big forceful exhale, feel everything knit together, and you're going to maintain that. And then bring your arms out. They're going to be a little bit rounded with slightly bent elbows, like a ballet dancer would do it. And then draw your chin back. So if you started to lead with your chin, draw it back. And then we're going to open and close. Inhale, open, close. Breathe in, breathe out. Woo, I can feel these. 4. Okay, we got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stay here and we're going to bring the arms up and down. Breathe in, breathe out. 4, 5, 6, 2 more. And 8. Stay here and then we're going to pull an elbow back like we're an archer. Exhale, alternate. Three more on each side, 6 total. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Oh, and then come on up. Oh, that was crazy. Okay, so let's lower back down. Let's just stretch it out again. All right. Are you ready for the next one? This one, we're changing it up again. We're going to come onto our side. Once you come onto your side, we're going to bring the ball underneath your rib cage on that bottom side of your rib. So you're up on your elbows and you're a little bit supported by the ball. Okay, top hand is going to be either on the floor if you need a little more stability. You could also do top hand to the hips, so that gets a little harder, or top hand behind your head is the hardest. And then we're going to just lift the legs up and lower them down. So they don't go very far. Up and down. Good. 3, 4. Exhale as you lift. Oh, I started to lose my balance. Push your elbow down so you're not dropped into your shoulder. I started to do that. Okay, we got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, now bend your bottom leg a little bit and then lift the top leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, thread your elbow down as you lower the leg. Bring the elbow up as you bring your leg up. That's 3. 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come off your ball. Set it down. Let's go. Just relax your head on your bottom arm. Keep your bottom leg bent a little bit. And then we're just going to stretch your top arm and top leg in opposite directions. And breathe in and out. All right. And then bend. Press your way up. We're going to flip around to do the other side. Okay. Oh, Here we go. Oops. Ball underneath your bottom ribs. And then you're going to be on the elbow. Try not to just sink into your shoulder. You want to keep pressing down so you stay keeping your neck nice and long. Both legs go long. If it's too much, you could just do bottom leg bent and just do the top leg lift. Okay. 3 options with the hands: hand on the top, hand on the floor, hip, or behind the head. All right, we're going to lift up as we exhale. Got 4 more. 4. Oh, started to lose it. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So bend your bottom knee, top hand behind your head, lift the top leg. Breathe in. As you exhale, lower the leg, thread the elbow down. Inhale, come up. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ah, good. Bend in the leg. Let's come off the ball. We'll take our head onto our bottom arm, and then bottom leg stays bent as you stretch top arm and leg long in opposite directions. And just breathe into that side. Deep, easy breath. Good. All right. And then from there, we're going to push up and we're going to work our way up into a table position. Here we go. First, I got to pull up my pants a little bit. Okay. So we are going to be using the ball underneath our leg. So what we're going to do is come into table. We're going to start with the right leg long again, and you're in table. So from here, we're just going to push straight down into the floor with your leg and then release. Similar to what we did when we were lying on our back. I want you to make sure you're not letting your head hang. Back of the neck is pushing up so your head stays in line with your shoulders. Okay, we've got 8 to do. 8, release. Push down, release. Exhale as you push down. Inhale as you release. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we're going to stay in this position. Right leg is long, and ball is underneath the right leg. Reach your left arm forward, and we're going to do bringing the elbow and knee in. So exhale, pull elbow and knee in. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, inhale. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, push down into the ball. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then we'll relax off of that. Let's bring the ball. Let's do a cat-cow now. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And again, round. Arch. 1 more. Round. And arch. Good. So we're going to go to the other side. I'm just going to turn around so that the ball side is facing you. And then we're going to bring the ball underneath your left leg. And you want to lengthen out the left leg so the ball is underneath. Back of the neck is pushing up. And go forward a little bit so it's more underneath my ankle area. And then we're going to push down into the ball. Exhale as you push. Inhale as you release. And push, release. Halfway there. 4, 3, and 2. Last 1. Good. All right, I'm going to scooch back again. Okay, now we're going to go into that sunbird. So you want the ball underneath your left leg. Reach your right arm forward. Breathe in. As you exhale, roll the ball in, elbow and knee towards each other. Inhale, lengthen back out. Push into the ball as you roll it. And we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, let's come off the ball. I'm going to put it somewhere where it's not going to get away from me. And then wag your hips side to side. Exaggerate your shoulder movements to get a little deeper side bend. Okay, so now we're going to bring the ball. We'll start ball underneath left hand so that you can see. And then we're going to tuck our toes under and lift the knees up. So you're pushing into the floor with your right hand, into the ball with your left hand. Knees are lifted just a little bit, and then you're going to roll the ball away from you forward and bring it back in. And roll it out, bring it in. We've got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, these are hard. And 1. Good. Come on down. Let's take another cat-cow. Exhale around. Inhale, arch. And again, inhale. And arch. Good. All right. We get to do the other side. So now the ball's going to be underneath your right hand. Left hand's going to be pushing down into the floor as your right hand pushes into the ball a little bit. Toes tuck under. Lift the knees up. And we're going to roll out or forward and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Woo! Set the ball somewhere where it's gonna stick around. Let's go into some cat-cows again. Now let's just give a little stretch and puppy pose, walking your hands forward. Keep your hips lifted, and you can go as wide as you want to with your hands to keep your shoulders happy. Let your forehead rest on the floor. Lift the outer edges of the shoulder blades towards the sky as you melt the heart with each breath. If you want a little more stretch in the shoulders, work your way to the fingertips with your palms off the floor. Big breath in, sigh it out. Let's go one more of those. Breathe in, let it out. And then ease yourself back. Coming into child's pose, let your arms go wherever feels the most relaxing for them. If you want, you could rock your head a little bit, or you could rock your whole body some, if that feels good. And then if you are rocking, bring yourself center, take a sigh. All right, let's roll our way up. Okay, we've got just a couple more, and then we're gonna do just a final stretch and relaxation. So this next one, we're gonna have the ball, come back to your table, and you're gonna have the ball underneath. So let's actually go to table and just bring the ball underneath your ankles, just like this. There you go. All right. And then we're gonna press down into the floor to lift our knees off. And then we're gonna lengthen out the leg and bring the legs back in. Okay, that was 1. Got 7 more. 2. Oh, I'm getting a cramp. 3, 4. 4 more. 4. Oh, I'm losing my balance. 3, 2, last one, and 1. Good. Let's come off the ball. And you can go back to your puppy pose, or maybe you feel like you'd like a bigger stretch coming into a down dog. Then you could pedal the feet a little bit. Okay, taking one more breath in and sigh it out. All right, and then we're gonna come up to a knee stand, and you're gonna take the ball in between your hands. So I want you to push your hands together to squish the ball, all right? And then breathe in, and as you exhale, we're just gonna twist to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. The other way, and center. We'll pause, breathe in to come center. That was 4. We got 4 more on each side. 4 total. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. And then come on back. Let's set the ball down. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then let's just stretch out the wrist a little bit. So we're gonna flip one. So fingers are pointing forward and you're on your palm. Flip it so that the back of the hand is towards the floor, palm up, fingers towards your knee. And you're only gonna do one hand at a time so that you have control of just how much pressure you apply into the floor to stretch out your wrist. Good, and we'll release that side and go to the other one. All right, and then as you release, walk your hands over to the left and then push your hips back and slightly to the right. Let your head hang and take a big breath into your right side. And come center, walk hands to the other side. Hips go back and opposite the arms, head hangs, breathe deep. Into that side, you're feeling the stretch in. Good, and back to your middle. You make this your best, most comfortable child's pose. Some of you might prefer a close together knee. Some of you might want a wide knee with big toes together. Do what feels good. Arms again, wherever feels right for them. And we'll take a great big sigh. Wonderful. And then come on up. All right, we're gonna flip around to come onto the back. As you flip around, I have one more thing we're gonna do with the ball. If you don't like the ball, you can do this without, okay? You're gonna come down to the floor and then set the ball underneath your hips once more. And then bring your right knee up to your chest. And you can keep the left foot on the floor, flat on the floor, or you can start to go long with your left leg. Try to keep your heel down as you flex your foot, going as long with that left leg as you can with the heel down. And then you might even stretch the left arm up by the side of your head as you squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. Now you can do all of this flat on the floor instead of having the ball underneath you. And we'll take a big breath in and let it go. From there, slide the left foot back down on the floor and then set your right foot down and we'll switch. Left knee comes up, hug it in nice and tight, and then start to go longer with your right leg. Try to keep the heel down, flex your foot. And then you might stretch your right arm up by the side of your head, stretching long through your right side as you're pulling your left knee in close to your chest. Big breath in and sigh it out. And then slide your left foot back to the floor. Little low back stretch, knees into your chest. So again, you can stay on the ball or you can come off the ball. It creates kind of a little hammock stretch in the low back with the ball underneath you. And we'll take one more breath right here and let it out. All right, if you are on the ball, you're gonna set the feet down. Lift your hips up enough to move it off to the side. Hips come down. Just take a moment to feel that as you sigh. If it feels right, you could go back into a little hugging. This time you can rock or do those knee circles again. Ah, so we worked hard. Make sure you go reverse if you're doing knee circles. Make sure you drink a lot of water just to get things rehydrate and also flush. We did a lot of moving, which is great to kind of get the lymphatics moving, and you want to be hydrated so all of that can work properly and detoxify and keep your immune system nice and strong. All right, set your feet down, open your arms out to a T position with your palms up, and we're going to go back into those easy side to side twists. Good. Now this time, as you move to one side of your twist, the arm you're looking towards, you're looking away from the knees. So that arm you're looking at, maybe slide it up by the side of your head. And then you could even slide the other arm up too. And as you're doing that, just breathe in and stretch out through the arms. Hold that stretch as you breathe as deeply as you can. And then slide your arms back on down and come up. Go to the other side. And then the arm you're looking at, bring it up. Maybe slide the other arm up and stretch out through the arms as you're holding the stretch. Breathe as deeply as you can. And then bring the arms down and just go side to side another couple of times. Good. All right. And then we're going to do another one of those great big full body stretches. Breathe in. Let's flex the feet. Push out through the heels of your hands. And exhale, relax. And then inhale, stretch again. This time, point your toes, reach out through your fingertips. And release. And do a third one, whichever one felt the best. Beautiful. Arms coming down. Now floppy legs. You're just going to flop your feet inward and flop the feet outward. And you want to do this quick and loose. So your hips, knees, and ankles are kind of loose and floppy. Just release some tension there. Good. And then relax and sigh. Walking feet back to the floor. Take a breath in. On the exhale, one last knee hug. Let's rock side to side. And then roll to one side. Press your way up to seated. As you come up to seated, let's give ourselves a little pat on the back for a job well done. That was challenging. This is just the start. Of course, you could make this harder by increasing reps and get creative with it. Thank you for spending some time with me. This was really fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, and bring your hands together. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Namaste.